This is Victor Jones of IAU, and we are here today with one of our most active members. This is Janine, the Artist of the Week. Janine, how are you? We're so glad to have you today.
Hello. It's Friday. I'm going to try my best not to be goofy because
it's okay.
I can only hold my profession.
I want you to be goofy. I want you to show your fans on this interview who Janine is. We already know who she is. We've seen all of the videos. We've seen all of the great things that you've been doing, and I think that is wonderful. I think that is amazing. I think that is full of life.
Thank you.
It has brought another flavor to IAU. And so today, fans, this is Miss Janine, and we're geared to talk to her about her new song called A Better Life. Janine, do you have any shout outs that you want to share with us at this point, or share with the listeners or the watchers that are actually watching this interview?
Yes. I want to shout out my dad.
Okay.
My mom.
Mm-hmm.
My grandparents, both sets they're deceased, but my ancestors, because if it wasn't for them, I would not be who I am and have the musical ingenuity that I have, and the creativity and, the love for music. So I definitely want to shout out my people from whence I came.
Okay.
I want to shout out all my friends.
Okay.
All of my other family.
Okay.
I want to shout out my new family at IAU.
Okay.
Y'all, let's get it now. Let's stream. And let's get these coins.
That's right. I agree.
I shouldn't say this, but I don't care about followers. I care about streams.
I know that's right.
So, yeah, I want to shout out my new home at IAU because let me tell you something. The little videos and the things that you see me making, I do that just for fun. Like, that's my way of enjoying social media. Some people get on and they want to talk. Some people want to do skits. Some people want to plaster, their creativity, whatever it is they do, whether they DIY or they have t-shirts or jewelry, whatever it is. But people have found a way to incorporate social media into their lives.
Right.
In some way or fashion. For me, I like to express myself creatively. I don't necessarily want my face, my voice, but I do want my likeness in some form out. It's just like a stress reliever for me. So being at IAU and seeing the love I get from my little posters and whatnot, I'm really home. I'm home because I do the same stuff on. If I can do it on, I do it on Instagram or TikTok. It's just for me because it doesn't really get seen, which is fine.
Okay.
But on IAU, I know everybody's gonna see it.
Oh yeah.
And at least get a good chuckle, a laugh.
Oh yeah.
Informed, inspired, motivated. So thank you for that, Victor.
Oh, not just me. Just thank all of the members because I think there are a lot of people that I've been having discussions with that have brought your name up. Whenever IAU is mentioned, Janine is mentioned. So know that you have definitely made your imprint on IAU, and we appreciate you. And so let's talk about A Better Life. Let's talk about A Better Life.
Okay.
It just got released. I've listened.
That song is 10 years old.
Okay.
It's 2021. It might be. Is it more than that? I think it was 2008 or 9 when I recorded it. Let me do my math. That's 19. So it's over 10 years old.
Okay.
And it's crazy to me that the lyrics are still relevant, especially going through this pandemic. And then broadening your view from just the United States, looking at the world, the civil unrest all over the world. Now, and none of it is new. It's all been going on for centuries.
Okay.
But something about feeling like you don't have enough that make you stop and look around and realize that you want a better life because you think you don't have the things that you're supposed to have, but then people have way less.
That's right.
And are struggling we're all struggling on different levels.
Okay.
But sometimes we just need to take a step back and be grateful. Get some gratitude, that beatitude,
That's right.
and
I
just
agree.
look around and be
I agree.
grateful. Even if you're not in the space to want to help somebody else, or, you don't even have to do all of that. Just be grateful for what you have.
I agree.
So that's why A Better Life, that's one of my better productions.
Okay.
In my mind. And I had never put it out. So
Okay.
now that I'm with IAU, I'm looking through all my stuff again.
All right. Building some.
What's the next thing I can put out?
Wow. Yeah. And I can definitely, that's very relevant for me as well, because being at IAU, and I mean, being the founder, you think that, I'd actually just, be focused and intuitive about making sure that I'm serving all of the other members. But the return is that it's motivating me again to do music, You better.
You better.
Yeah.
You better.
Yeah. So it's amazing that I know that if IAU is having that effect on me, I'm sure that is having that effect on you and others as well. And so that's very good. So let's talk more about Better Life. What inspired you to write it? And what do you want listeners to take away from it when they hear this song?
So 2008, 2009, I was just getting out of the Army, and I moved up to Maryland, where I currently live.
Okay.
And I transitioned from the Army into the Air Force Reserves. And during that time, it was almost like I was starting to live again.
Okay.
I just had the strangest upbringing, strangest childhood. I didn't have a whole lot of fun because I was always trying to be serious, do my schoolwork, get a job. And then I went straight from college into the military, and then I was stationed in Germany. So I was overseas right out of college. When I got back to the States, it was almost like, okay, well, what am I going to do with my life now? I went back to school, got a master's in sociology. And so when I got up here to Maryland, I just kind of hit a midlife crisis, sort of.
Okay.
I wasn't married. I didn't have any kids. All I had was my job and a dog. Okay. And I just started thinking, at this point in my life, am I not supposed to be more fruitful? Am I not supposed to have done more? I'm looking at my friends, my classmates, some of them married with kids, 5, 6 years old. They've been doing the whole family thing. And here I am, still fancy free and footloose, you know? Right. All I got is a dog. And I was just wondering, do I really, am I looking for a better life, or is my life just fine the way it is?
Right.
I'm looking at everybody else like I'm supposed to be some other place at this point in my life, but here I am. Right. And I just kind of sat back like, you know what? I think that's all right, because I'm grateful for where I am and what I have. Right. So I don't need a better life. I have what I have. I'm grateful for, and I decided, you know what? Put them in some lyrics.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Some folks ain't never had nothing.
Right.
I got everything I need.
Right. Well, that's an interesting perspective to look at why you wrote that song. And so what do you want people to take away from that?
The most basic, just to take a moment and just be grateful no matter what's going on. If you're not dead in the ground, things could be worse.
Okay.
And honestly, depending on your spirituality, you're dead in the ground and everything's great.
Right. That's true. This is true.
This is true. Just be grateful.
This is true.
Yeah.
And so on the counter of that, a lot of people would take that and say being grateful is definitely being satisfied. But wouldn't you say that being grateful is good, but we shouldn't settle for just where we are? How do you interpret that? Or how do you feel about that?
Oh, the word settle. Because there is no movement in the word settle. Think about when you have dirt and water. when it's stirred up, the water isn't clear, it's muddy, you can't see. But as soon as all that dirt settles, you can see clearly, and you didn't have to do anything but be still.
Okay.
So when you talk about settling for something, I would rather look at it as manifesting through energy what it is that you want from the universe, and then resting in the fact that the universe conspires to give you those things.
Okay.
In spite of what you can and cannot control.
Right.
You know, it's like that trucker, the 18-wheeler on the highway. He can see all the way down the road. And if you give him 15 to 50 feet, you could see a little bit around him. But if you ride up on his tail, you see nothing.
Right.
And everything he does is a jolt. You got to react to everything. Everything is a reaction.
Right.
So when you say settle, back up a little bit.
I think sometimes we can be thankful for what we have to the point where we don't want to move from where we are.
Oh, that comfort. Yeah, because being comfortable, but you know what? Growth is uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm getting at. You know, it's like, you know, we want to be grateful and thankful, but we don't want to be stagnant. You get what I'm saying? We don't want to get to a place where, you know, I'm thankful I can have some bologna and cheese. You know, I've learned how to make it on this, you know, and then, you know, I'll never get.
We don't ever try and make steak and shrimp and a lobster.
That's what I'm talking about.
And what I say to that is, if you want the steak and the shrimp and the lobster, realize that you don't necessarily have to go out every day fishing, throwing your line in 12 different streams. If you want the steak and the lobster, be grateful for all your sandwiches, knowing that the steak and the lobster is coming.
Right.
You put your energy in that direction.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to go out and do so much, you know? Be grateful and work towards it.
Yeah.
And come.
That's true. Let's move forward to, let's talk about your musical influence. You were talking, actually you sent a text to me. I asked you about your musical influences, and I couldn't actually put all of the information that you gave me on the album cover or the single cover that you sent me. And so I do remember you stating who your musical influence was. And let's expound more on that, about why, and go ahead and let us know again who your musical influence is.
Sade.
Okay.
I love Sade.
Okay.
I have always loved Sade ever since I was about 5-6 years old. And I really think that it was the Diamond Life album, with the one with the blue covers, almost like a blue hue to her picture.
Okay.
She had that, and the Smooth Operator video with the ponytail. Oh my goodness, Sade, she was always just so beautiful. And the craziest thing about her that really almost pushed me into being a super fan was the fact that a lot of people didn't like her.
Okay.
A lot of people were, oh, she can't sing. But then I heard the same thing about Janet Jackson and Madonna.
Yep.
So at that point, I started to realize, you know what? People have different tastes. And just because they don't mess with it doesn't mean that nobody else will. Because for all the people I've heard say they don't like Sade, she's a superstar, known internationally. She could put out one song every 10, 15 years, and it's all the way up at the charts, top, played everywhere.
Okay.
So that's amazing to me.
Okay. And how does that influence you?
I can relate, because I'm an acquired taste. Not everybody likes me. Okay. Not everybody likes my energy. Not everybody likes my music, but I like it.
That's good.
And it makes me feel good, and I relate to it. And I think that sometimes, even if people don't really mess with your musical style, they might mess more with the integrity you have as a human being and a musician.
Right. I think that's important too, is that we don't care about what people think. We care about what we know we are and not allow people to, people are going to have opinions about you, but as for me, I don't care about your opinion as long as I know who I am and I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Then I think that's important. I think a lot of people need to hear that as far as artists as well, because a lot of artists are actually out here trying to make a hot song. You get what I'm saying? To make everybody want it. And you'll burn yourself out.
Yes, because that's a hit or miss. Because you'll never know what's no matter, even if you know what the trend is.
I think it takes away from the appreciation of music versus, trying to please everyone else. You're not really appreciating music. You get what I'm saying? But when you get to a place where you're trying to please yourself and you're enjoying what you do, then it doesn't matter what anyone else says. You get what I'm saying? Of course, you create something that's
sweet spot. That's the sweet spot.
That's when you get to do what you love to do, and possibly in the future, you may be able to live off of what you love to do, and that is important. That's the most important thing. So moving on to another question, not a lot of questions. I'm gonna chop some of these questions down. So let's talk about your single. Where can they find it? And
I know for sure it's on iTunes.
Okay. We know that for sure. It's on IAU playlist, right?
I know for sure it's at iTunes. It might be also at Amazon because I use TuneCore and I've selected all of the stores that are available. So as long as it's accepted in your country, it's not explicit.
Okay, that's good.
It should be available. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, A Better Life. So fans, you've heard it. A Better Life can be found on Amazon, iTunes, and Spotify, because I put it up there. Also, it can be found on Pandora. Also, it can be found on Deezer. And also, I believe the last one is going to be, what is the last one? I believe the last one is going to be Napster. Yes, it's Napster.
Oh, look at me all over the place.
Yeah, you're all over the place. I add the songs to the playlist.
All the places. Come see me. I'm at all the places.
All right, so you guys heard Janine. She's asking you guys to come out, and I implore you to go out.
Come see me. I'm at all the places.
Yes, and also her YouTube channel. Tell them about your YouTube channel. How can they reach your YouTube channel?
So my YouTube channel is my full name, Janine Coxum, aka the J95000.
Okay.
And 1000 is 3 zeros. So it's the letter J, the number 9, because that's my favorite number, 5000. So if that doesn't work, then just put in Janine Coxum and it'll come up. And my YouTube is organized as best as I can. I've had it for over 10 years. So I have a playlist of originals and covers.
Okay.
And that's usually where I direct people. Every now and then I might find a beat that I like to write something to and post it, put a little video to it and post it. My YouTube is full of over 30 songs.
Wow.
Yeah. So go on over there and check it out.
Yeah, I've been on it and I haven't seen all the 30 songs yet, but I've been on and seen some of them. So and then I listen to your music every day on the playlist because I'm actually at work listening to it. So amazing neo soul, smooth R&B type feel. And so you and A Better Life was a different approach. Let's talk about that different approach and then we'll be done. So let's talk about the different approach. Why the approach? What brought up the different approach as far as the musical style?
I'm a Gemini and I like to do a lot of different things. I don't consider myself in a box. So I have some songs where I rap. I have some songs where the music is kind of got some heavy metal guitar in it. I have some songs that are kind of spacey. I have some songs where all I do is sing the hook and I got friends rapping. I have some songs that are gospel. I have some songs that are jazz, old school blues. And then Better Life just kind of slides in there in the up-tempo R&B.
Okay.
So I try to do different all the time. I don't like the same.
Yeah.
I get bored easily. And I like a challenge.
Sounds good.
I'm always looking for ways to mix genres.
That's a really good thing. And for
neo
artists,
soul's got to be my favorite because I love jazz. Neo soul to me is like a mixture between jazz and R&B.
Yep, jazz, R&B. That's right. Mm-hmm. I agree.
That's the sweet spot.
Yeah, that's a good point you made too about being able to get in between of genres. You get what I'm saying? Learning how to experience other genres. And I like the fact earlier I think you were talking about where you said it wasn't explicit. I think that's one thing is too that's I'm not gonna say it's important because you can sing and feel how you want to feel. I'm not gonna say that's gonna stop you from being successful, but when we talk about success, I believe there is a massive success, and then there is a success. But if you really want to be massively successful,
you have to appeal to a broader scope of people.
Yes, and language has a lot to do with that. Style also has a lot to do with that. When you watch the Temptations, when you watch all of them, they have this crossover sound when they actually made it to the top. So I think that's important, Janine. And this is really informative interview. And what do you want to say?
Look at us being informed.
Well, we're actually informing others. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that will help someone, get some insight on being better at their craft. And that's what IAU is about. That's what it's about. So we're just about done. Do you have anything left for us, Janine?
I do. I want to say thank you for allowing me to create the Indie Artist Development Corner.
Yes.
That posts every Wednesday something thought-provoking about the 3 foundational elements that I have come to use as a guide when it comes to creating and improving myself as an artist.
Right.
So thank you for that.
Yeah. And that's amazing because I watched, I think it was week 3 this week, and it was really good. And like I said, I think I posted under you. I was like, this is so helpful because and I think that just to say this to the artists that are on the app and on YouTube, that it goes out to everyone all over the world. But the thing is about the app, I'd like to encourage all of the artists to definitely view the videos and then look at the material that's on the bottom that supports the videos. Very helpful.
My research, my link.
Yes. Yeah. That's very helpful for development as far as an artist. So, Janine, thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule.
So grateful.
Yes, Lord.
You haven't heard my posh voice. This is it. You have to get the neck right first. And then you reach deep down inside and you say, oh, thank you. Very much. I'm so grateful and humble. Thank you.
All right. So I can't do anything but laugh. So I'm going to try to get it out before the end of this interview.
Okay. Good luck. May the odds be ever in your favor.
All right, so you heard it, fans. You heard it, IAU. You heard it all over the world. This is Janine and her new song, A Better Life. This is Victor Jones and IAU, Indie Artists United. We are out. And don't forget.
We're out.
Don't forget to check out her song, A Better Life, and also YouTube page and all the other things that come along with her. Don't forget the Artist Corner. I believe it is the Artist Development Corner. Please be sure to check that out via YouTube or via band app, IAU. Thank you so very much, Janine. Y'all have a great day.
Bye, everybody.